3 Gelato for the search.
Hello guys, we are playing Dawn of a New Era because its servers are not down, while DevPro is, so we're playing Dawn of a New Era and we're playing Electrum OTK, and it looks like we have a lot of the material needed already, so we'll just set everything and hope he doesn't hit this card over here, because if he does, that really puts a downer on things. I'm good with him hitting any of these, even Mirror Force. So he's gonna Duality. Nope, we don't want to activate Chain Material. And pretty much the way the deck works, so he's running a burn deck it seems, is you make Electrum by banishing, and then Electrum returns all the cards you just banished back to the deck. You make another Electrum, does the same thing. Go into Gustav Max, burn them for 2000, make Gaia, make Shining, make more Electrums, and then you just do it over and over and over again. It's one of the few legal loops, and now I just really like to draw into a element of Neos, so that way I can Gemini Spark at least one of it. It's probably nothing too scary, probably not, but it still would be really nice to do. And even now, if he hits Chain Material, I can still chain. So he did not, so instead we're just gonna go and activate Fusion Gate and see if he has a response. And we will chain Material. Probably not the best idea to chain Material to it, because he could go off with a chain now, and he would have that advantage of being at 2. So, but it does not seem he's gonna go and activate anything and gain huge advantage. So pretty much what you want to do is make your first Electrum at this point. Now he wants us to get monsters, so that way he can burn us. We're only running one of these cards, so of each of them. So you just use them. And as you see, Electrum's effect will activate. And does our opponent have a response? Please do not have a response. Great. No, we're not going to compulse our monster. So now we go Fusion Gate and do the same thing. So technically, if you were to have infinite Electrums, you could do this. And it's probably why they limited the extra deck to 15 cards, because, well, you could infinitively special summon otherwise. And so I'm not necessarily scared at our opponent stopping us. I'm more afraid of myself screwing it up. Because now we make the 2000, and we could attack for the 3000 if wanted to, but we don't want to risk anything because we do use Gustav to make Gaia. So our opponent would take the 2000. And then we make Gaia, as I have already said. Again, I'm just really afraid of messing this up. So, Electrum, Gustav, Gaia. Now we make a Shiny. No targets for Gaia's effect. And so that means we get 2 Electrums to be banished, which means we can make our 3rd Electrum and just laugh at our opponent, because then all of our other Electrums will go back along with the material needed, and so then we can go off and we can do the loop repetitively. Again, if you ever see your opponent do this, do not, I repeat, do not activate Max C. Like, that is the worst thing you could do ever, because this deck can infinitively special summon, so you would deck out. So now we make our last Electrum. And even if it would fail, which I'm really hoping the loop doesn't, our Shining would return the 2 Electrums in there during the end phase. And so, we will see So now we're returning all 8 of our banished cards. He also returns any banished cards in here that your opponent might have. So that could be both advantages and disadvantages at the same time. But now we can just redo it. Make another Electrum. You do have to reset your shinings though. That is something that you do have to do. I actually got very lucky in getting all the cards I needed very quickly. So if he wants to burn us at all, best bet would to do it now, because otherwise I'm just gonna start draining the number of monsters that I have. So let's see if he's gonna activate. Yep, he's gonna activate just dessert. I have no problem with taking 1500. Jarred. So unless he draws into an effective alert, I am good. So I take 16, and then I take 15. And so now we make Gustav. Once more. I do want Upstart in this build, kind of because, well, if you get the loop off and your opponent doesn't have anything, you're inflicting infinite damage, so it doesn't matter if you gave them 3,000 extra life points. That just means you'd have to do it another 2 times. So we make Gaia. Again, can't mess up on this. Don't click that Electrum. Yes, we want to use Chain Material. The reason it asks is because we can choose to not use Chain Material's effect and use the Shining and the Gustav Max, and which would allow us to be able to attack with the Shining, be it that is unimportant. So hopefully our opponent doesn't quit over here. I don't want to ask him because that would take time to ask him. Yes. So we return Electrum and yeah, just don't quit. And now we're gonna make another Shining. Good. That's good. So we used our last Shining. No, we are not using Chain Material because if anything goes wrong, we can go and run in. Right, like if he probably this isn't anything, so I could kill him right now, but I want to kill him with Electrum, so I will not. Or kill him with Gustav Max. It's actually kind of interesting how there are all loops in this game, and I only really know 2 loops that are legal. This would be the one loop, and then there's another with Gen X Ali Birdman and Kawaki Miro.
Hello guys, if you would be so kind, while I'm still crying over this horrible failure, if you would be so kind to click on these links to check out my Final Fantasy 13 Let's Play. That would be really nice.